Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, TV Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Spreaker, and more. I am Dr. Marissa, your hashtag positively opinionated host, and this is Wednesday morning, so you know it is time for a very special series called Doctors in the House with Dr. Marissa and
Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
And we are here to help you be happy 88% of the time. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K-words, no Kanye talk here on this show, not formally or now, because there's just an epidemic of people kind of just being distracted by news. News is the weapon of mass distraction, and we are here to focus you in on good news because, frankly, my dear, that is what makes the world go around in a peaceful way, and we're so glad that you are here. If you have missed any of the shows that Dr. Tiffanie and I have done, there's a new playlist on my YouTube channel, which is a free subscribe, and it's called Doctors in the House, so you can get all of those. Let me give you a little bit about Dr. Tiffanie Tate, just in case this is the first time you are tuning in. She's a U.S. Navy veteran, published author, retired OBGyn from Compton, California. She cooks, she's a playwright, she sings, she does all things because she is like all of us as humankind. We have some shifts in course correction. So she had a fall and she's no longer able to practice as an OBGYN, but she did not let that get her down. She picked herself up and is now exploring all that life has to offer. And that's why she's my co-host. So welcome. Oh, and she's also a published author of several books and poetry book. Maybe she'll read some poetry today on the air, as well as a children's book called Bad Touching, which I really like and always want to promote because it is an important book for kids so they understand what is good touching and bad touching. Please welcome back to my studio, Dr. Tiffanie Tate. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It is my pleasure to be here. As always, I look forward to Wednesdays to explore my time with Dr. Marissa and to enjoy my time with all of you.
Yes, and welcome to the Cashew Gallery. Our co-captain, Troy Pacelli, who has his own show on YouTube, is here ready with us. And I would encourage all of you to subscribe to my YouTube channel because then you get to not only listen, if you're driving, continue to listen on AM 1050, FM 106.5. But if you're not, come stream with us and you get to chat and we answer questions and certainly interact with you. So to help you wake up first thing Wednesday morning. And we have breakfast together. And breakfast is a discipline that I started this year on the show. By the way, Dr. Tiffanie, this is week 600 consecutive weeks on the air and on camera with me and this show. So it is a celebration week. So I am grateful for that. 8 specific things that we're grateful for first thing in the morning. And then 8 things that we like about ourselves, which is the bottom of the butt. So there's my first one. Go ahead.
Well, I am grateful to be on the show.
Nice. I am grateful for our Cashew Gallery.
I am grateful for my children.
I am grateful for my daughters.
I am grateful for my daughter's ability to sing.
Oh, yes. And she is. I heard it and it was wonderful. And I'm grateful that I'm back on the book signing tour. I'm going to be doing a book signing in Berkeley, California over right before Thanksgiving on Tuesday. If you are anywhere in the Northern California area, please do put that on your calendar at Fern's Garden, a wonderful gift and bookstore that I've had the honor of being affiliated with. I actually launched 8 Ways to Happiness there. So I would love to see you up in Northern California. We're working with some of the TV stations right now. So back on the road. And now we're going to go to the bottom of the button, which is, what do you like about yourself, Dr. Tiffanie?
I like the fact that I love people.
And you do. I appreciate my generosity.
I appreciate my humor.
I appreciate my directness.
I appreciate my creativity.
Even though not everybody appreciates it as much. I appreciate my humor.
I appreciate my kindness.
I appreciate my laugh. People say they know I'm here.
Mhm.
Last one.
I appreciate my generosity.
Beautiful. And that is it for Breakfast with Dr. Marissa, because I promise you, if you repeat this for 28 consecutive days, first thing in the morning, gratitude, last thing at night is your appreciation, which I believe is the foundation of good mental health. Because if you can't self-care, self-approve, self-love yourself, then you're going to have some issues with self-worth. And we don't want that. So please do continue to have breakfast with us every weekday morning, Wednesdays with Dr. Tiffanie and other wonderful co-hosts all the other times. All right, here we go. It is, we have to give ourselves a little bit of love for the breakfast. I didn't get a gratitude from you, Troy, this time. I think he's multitasking, but I'm going to have Dr. Tiffanie now introduce the topic for the day.
Well, we know that today is November 1st, and we are entering the holiday season because we have November, December, January. We have Thanksgiving, and we have multiple holidays that various people celebrate throughout December and January, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever it is you choose to celebrate. But there are lots of things to be thankful for. So, I wanted to talk about mind over matter and the power of positivity, because a lot of times people don't celebrate the holidays, and some people actually go into depression. And I thought it was important to kind of take a preemptive strike at that and help some people focus on different things and to try to circumvent that negativity that can kind of rise into certain people before it goes into that. So let's take a preemptive strike at that.
That's a great idea. We're gonna not even allow holiday blues to become part of your nomenclature for this season. I know it makes me super sad when I hear I hate the holidays. I do hear that when, in line shopping or whatever it is. And it just breaks my heart, because for me, this is the season. Well, every day is, a holiday is my discipline, but especially now, the original intent of the holidays was to get together with family, have a great time, see people you haven't seen for a year, celebrate whatever your faith or religion is. There's Santa, of course, as a child, or Hanukkah, presents there. 8 days? Yeah, I think it's 8 days, and all the dressings and the food and all of that. And unfortunately, if I'm going to put the moose on the table, it is a time where people, traffic's really bad. Airplanes are stuck, and you're stuck in the airport, or I don't want to go see people are just going to ask me the same stupid question. What am I doing for work? Am I married yet? Do I have kids yet? That drunk uncle or aunt or whoever it is that causes a scene every year to, try to find that perfect gift, and lines everywhere, and, mean shoppers, mean drivers. I hate the holidays. So have I convinced you that there's there's the angry side of the holidays, and then there's the sad side of the holidays where people really miss people who are not here for the holidays. So for them, this entire 2 months from October 31st until December 26th, the only highlights are the shopping, which is really a shame. So we're moving completely away from that today. Now that I set the reality side of the coin, anything else you would like to add? Let's be negative and purposefully. I want to make sure we're covering the whole gamut of any possible negative thinking you could have about the holidays.
Yeah, I have to work extra shifts. I have to cover somebody else's shift because they're on vacation. They're using and abusing me. I'm having to work overtime. I don't have enough money to buy gifts, or I'm running up my credit cards just to buy gifts. And there's all this extra burden, or I'm having to cook extra. I'm having to clean extra. I'm having to house people. I'm having to see people I don't want to be bothered with. So there's all these extra feelings. And whether it's at work, whether it's interpersonal relationships, I really don't want to have to buy a gift for this person because I don't really like this person. Why am I being forced to buy a gift for a person I don't really like? So there's all these other things that go into the holidays that we can dissect and go into. But it can be more than that.
Yeah. I made me think of some more. This is kind of fun actually, because I'm not usually negative, but there's good. I'm doing a publisher's clearinghouse on the negativity around holidays. We've never done this before. By the way, Maria and Troy, please, if we missed something, please do put it in there. We don't get anything done during the holidays at work. I don't even know why everybody uses this as an excuse not to do any work and sales plummet or whatever it is. I have to go back to a place I have no positive memories. Going back into the place that I was born or the city that I was born, I have so many negative, unprocessed, angry, sad, bitter, resentful, frustrating feelings, but I'm forced to go back. Otherwise, I'm going to feel guilty if I don't go back. I'm always torn during the holidays. Do I spend it with my new family or my old family? And I really don't like my in-laws of something. I wish they were,
my outlaws.
I was going to say, I said against the law, but I like yours better, outlaw. I have to buy things that nobody's happy with. That reminds me, I have a bad memory. When I was like 8 or 9 years old, I used my money that I had earned to buy a nightgown for my mom, and I brought it to her. I was all excited, and she looked at it and she goes, I don't like that color. So that is one of those negative memories that when I think about gifting is and remind me I have a solution for that, which is not to not go home or disown your mother, but for the person who is never happy with what they get, I do have a solution for that. But that's what this show is about. The power, the harnessing. I think I said in my promo, who's the boss of you? Really? Who's the boss of your thinking? Who's the boss of your mind? And a lot of us are hijacked by other people's opinions, what's on the news, what's popular, what's trending. Come on, folks. Do you really want to be in the group of whatever everybody else is thinking? Or do you want to be the boss of your own mind choices? And that is the topic for today. And if you just tuned in, it's Take My Advice. I'm not using a Get Balance. I'm Dr. Marissa, the morning show. And we are in a special series Wednesdays with doctors in the house with Dr. Marissa and
Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
Yay. And Maria is in the studio. Welcome back. And she says, I can't have time for myself I don't want to deal with holiday travel, more negative stuff that comes with the holidays. Great. I think we've done pretty good exhausting all the ways in which you have a reason to be negative on the holidays. Now, Dr. Tiffanie, take it away. Why do we care how we feel about the holidays?
I think it is important to start rethinking and evaluating how you feel, because when you bottle it up, it's unhealthy. And you can change and impact how you're thinking because it affects your health. And we know that the positive thinking and positive feelings overall is a good thing. And I know that how you said having a mantra and your outlook overall is a benefit to your overall general health. It increases your lifespan. It causes lower rates of depression because you can have the holiday blues. So you really want to affect and evaluate how you're feeling towards things, and don't keep things bottled up. It's okay to express how you feel. It's okay to have dissension with people and express that. And you also want to have less distress, because a lot of times if you keep it bottled up, you can have physical manifestations. You can have pain in your body, increased pain in your joints, and who wants that? So it is important to get that out. You can have increased interest, lower effects on your immune system, causing increased problems with your overall health. You don't want to end up with like the flu or something like that. By the way, get your flu shot. I'm a physician. I'm always going to recommend that. You just want to have a general better overall psychological well-being. So it's important to have open communication with whoever you're planning to spend the holidays with. I think it's very, very important. Yes, there we are. The overall increased health benefits to positive thinking, and all those are correct right there.
This is
So
from Mayo Clinic to support what Dr. Tiffanie, she is an MD.
yeah,
She's a certified OBGYN. So she is a doctor in the house. I'm a PhD, by the way. There's a war, has been since I got my doctorate, that who's better, MD or PhD? Well, that depends on who you're talking to. But I think we're both doctors in the house, and we both have spent some time and effort getting those letters.
mhm,
But let me be real clear, we are not giving advice, certified advice necessarily on this show. So, we always want to make sure, my station manager and station owner are not going to get nervous around this, that the advice we're giving is from our experience and from the work that we've done. And we do know certainly that it is true, because we are, aligning with the medical community out there. And of course, as Tiffanie is a medical doctor, she can also um, validate all of these things. So increased lifespan, lower rates of depression, lower levels of distress and pain, greater resistance to illness. Dr. Deepak Chopra just came out with a big article on this one. Inflammation is something that is induced by stress as well as your diet. So better psychological and physical well-being, better cardiovascular health, and reduced risk of death, unless you want to die from cardiovascular disease and stroke, reduced risk of death from cancer, reduced risk of death from respiratory conditions, reduced risk of death from infections, better coping skills during hardships and times of stress. Do I need to say more? Do you really want to have an identity as Scrooge? I mean, come on.
You really want to try to eat less processed foods. I mean, it's quicker, it's easier, but a lot of times you want to try to eat as little processed foods as possible. Eat more whole foods, because that can affect your health, and it's good for your heart overall. And you want to exercise at least a minimum of 10 minutes a day. And I will read a poem from my book called Floetry, and it's entitled Move. And it says, Move because you cannot afford not to. Move because your heart is depending on you. Move because it is what your body needs you to do. Move. Once you start to move, just keep moving. Walk, run, swim, jog, or dance. Do whatever you must do to give good health a chance. Just, and that's it. So I think that as a physician, I would always tell my patients, move. You can walk around the table. You can slip your feet under the sofa during the commercials of your favorite TV show. It doesn't have to be going to the gym. Sometimes you have to do, you just need to start to move. And moving and exercise is something that is minimal, but it increases your overall mental health and it helps you feel better overall.
Mhm. Did you hear the applause?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, good, because I cut you off by accident. I thought you were done, but
No,
the
it's-
last time was just moved.
yes, let's move.
Good. Good. I love that. And by the way, Cashew Gallery, did you know? Oh, here's a nice little applause from Maria. Did you know that cashews are a natural antidepressant? That there's something in cashews that will increase your mood, and it is way less side effects than an antidepressant pill. So, just so you know, that's one of the reasons why I called you the Cashew Gallery instead of the Peanut Gallery, Maria and Troy. Maria noticed that her fibromyalgia got worse dealing with a divorce. Meditation helps a great deal. Yes, great point. I teach meditation for that reason. I know that ever since I started meditating, my ability to be creative, my natural ability to be in solution instead of problem, my natural ability to easy to laugh often and much, which is my definition of success that I borrowed from Ralph Waldo Emerson, is definitely higher. So even if your movement is just not to move the thought through your head all the time, when I'm sitting now working, when I put an alarm on, when I 5 minutes after I start working on something on the computer to hold my tummy in and work the kegels and work the posture and as if I'm doing a little Pilates while I'm sitting and working. So great advice, Dr. Tiffanie, on just little things. We don't have to actually go to the gym.
Absolutely.
Good. Let's see. Cashews also grow one nut per fruit. So they are unique, rare, and therefore expensive, just like my cashew gallery, except you're not expensive. Well, maybe you are, but that could be grounds for asking for a raise or something. But thank you so much for your contributions there, Cashew Gallery. All right. Go ahead, Dr. Tim.
And I believe it's also all about outlook. It has been said that as a man thinketh, so is he. And you have to remember pessimist versus optimist. And again, it's mind over matter. And that's why we need to focus on the power of power of positivity. And you need to be aware of the company that you keep. If you surround yourself with negative people, that negativity and that negative spirit is going to attach to you and your body and your mind and your outlook. So you want to be aware of that. And you want to surround yourself with positive people, smart people, prosperous people. You don't want to be hanging with Joe Blow on the corner and not doing anything. You want to be around prosperous people, people with outlook, people with a future, because that's where you see yourself and that's what you want to be. You want to be around smart people, people you can learn from every day. And that's going to be how you prosper, how you move forward, and how you're going to be successful.
Yes. Negative Nelly, even though it's kind of sad that we've named certain names that have a negative thing like Karen, That is not the name these days. Negative Nelly. Although there's good ones, Pollyanna, right? I wonder where that came from. I meant to look that up. But the funny story around that is I was told one time that my middle name should be Pollyanna. And a lot, one of my shows during Pride Month, I had someone, this is years and years ago, and I was having him talk about valuing the LGBT community. At that time, hadn't put in Q or A plus, but he came on and he said that he was polyamorous. And I said, oh, I am too. That's my middle name. I'm Pollyanna, Polly. And my producer at the time looked at me and went like this. or use my sound engineer. He's like, I'm like, what? Pollyanna? No, Dr. So you're Pollyanna, not Pollyanna.
Yeah, big difference.
I try everything once. Maybe I should try that. I haven't even worked. I can't even get monogamous yet. But anyway, I digress.
Well, when I was in high school, I was actually called a Pollyanna because I had the positive outlook, the optimistic and the happy-go-lucky, I'm the optimistic person. And they say that there's like these 10 traits of the positive thinker, the optimistic, enthusiastic, belief in integrity, courageous, confident, determined, patient, calm, and focused person. So that's the positive thinkers. So I don't know if I have all 10, but I probably have at least a good 8.
Interesting. I want to look that up. I just looked up, where does Pollyanna come from? I don't know if I really like this. Pollyanna is a blindly or foolishly optimistic person. The term derives from Eleanor H. Porter's 1913 novel Pollyanna, about an orphan with an unjustifiably optimistic attitude. Well, heck, I'm going to be a foolish person then, because
yeah, that's me.
I will ask you this question. Oh, first, the glass is always full because it's half water and half air. So it's always full. It's full of something, right?
Mm-hmm.
2, I thought this might give me the answer. Where did this? I'm looking for those 10 things that you said. Maybe you can look that up for me to see if I actually qualify. I know.
10 traits of a positive thinker.
Yeah, 10 traits of a thinker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Is this coming up? 10 signs that you're a positive thinker. Is this the one?
I think so.
Okay. Actually, this is a HuffPost. Let me see if there's. This is a book, Power of Positivity. Okay, here we go. All right. This is an actual website. Okay. I wish there was I love taking quizzes. Okay. Optimism. Oh, never mind. I can't see it. We'll go back to the post. All right. Traits. They see problems as challenges. Check. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I see them as opportunities for improvement. They enjoy their lives. Heck yeah. They're always open. They always open their minds to welcome ideas and suggestions. Check. They immediately expel any negative thought as soon as it crosses their minds. I don't know if I immediately do it. It's my BS belief system that I have to actually release the negativity. So sometimes I'll stomp my feet or bite my pillow or, go up and down the stairs with the person's face on the step. So I release it. Count their blessings, gratitude. Don't listen to gossip. I'm definitely there. When people say, you didn't hear this from me, I say, then I'm not going to hear it from you. They don't make excuses, but act straight away. I'm not necessarily that way. Sometimes I need to take a night. I save draft on my emails. I meditate about it. I don't act straight away. But I think they're talking about like what you permit, you promote, right? You've heard how the abbreviation NATO is jokingly said to represent no action, talk only. Clear, positive thinkers are not its followers. They apply positive way of speaking. They use sentences with optimistic tone like, this problem will be solved surely. You're quite talented, no doubt. I say, that's an interesting point. They carry positive body language, smiling faces, steady strides, expression gesture, and they care about their self-image. Take care of their good appearances outwardly. I think we passed that test. What do you think?
I think we do.
Absolutely. And let's see what we've got. Oh, nothing in the chat yet, but I have one qualification. People ask me all the time, why are you so positive? Why is it so important for you to be positive? And I only have one answer. I don't go to that list health-wise. I like feeling good. So in any moment of time, I have the choice. Do I want to feel like smiling or laughing? Or do I want to feel angry, disappointed, frustrated, irritated, resentful? Certainly, there's a time and a place to feel those things because I'm human, but how long do I want to feel that? How long do I want to stew or ruinate? Is my word. And Marissa is instead of marinate, it's a ruinate. How long do I want to do that? Because I don't get this moment back.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
When you do have a difficult time, or at least when I have a difficult time, it's like, okay, I have to remember what I'm thankful for. And I try to stay connected with a loved one. Try to remember at least one good thing each day, and that I have something to look forward to every day, no matter how small, whether it's spending time with my dog, whether it's watching my favorite show on Netflix or rewatching something on Netflix, because I'm good for rewatching something that I find very funny. Trying to engage in a hobby that I haven't done, or that a hobby that I like, whether it's singing to myself because I like to sing to myself, or the thing is, just don't immerse yourself in the negative thinking. You want to avoid that as much as possible, and try to think with a purpose and try to engage in something positive, because positivity is what's going to bring you out. And try to think about the future and try to have that Rafiki attitude, from Disney. It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
What is that?
It doesn't matter. It's in the past. From the Lion King, when he hits him on the head with his staff, and when he hits Simba on the head with his staff, and Simba's like, "Hey, you hit me on the head." He's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It's in the past." And so that's the Rafiki attitude. And so
I love learning new things.
Rafiki from the Lion King.
Rafiki.
Rafiki. He's the monkey who hit Simba on the head with his staff.
Oh yeah.
So Rafiki hits Simba on the head with the staff, and Simba's like, "Hey, you hit me on the head." And Rafiki's like, "It doesn't matter. It's in the past." And the two things that people always tend to worry about is either the past or the future. Well, you can't change the past, and you cannot predict the future. So it's best to live in the present and not worry about it. And you see his staff, and he just whacked him on the head. And you could probably even Google a little YouTube of him. And then he says, "Hey, it doesn't worry. Don't worry about it. It's in the past." And if we can learn to really live in the moment and appreciate the moment as the present, that's why it's called the gift. And so we can really enjoy life and appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. I used to end all of my motivational speaking gigs with the past is history, the future is a mystery, the present is a gift, so open it.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So another point of similarity between you and I. That's great. That's great. And I remember Hakuna Matata and sort of be happy no matter what, but I forgot about that. I love the way Disney movies are more than just about, they almost everyone has that kind of, let it go, let
I
it
was
go, right?
yes, we have something in the cashew gallery too.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a long message here from somebody, I believe, who is giving us a blessing from God. And thank you for your faith that gives you the opportunity to do that. And we are, we're all we all have the ability to choose what we think about. And I will bring in Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks' teaching, Law of Attraction, and his talking about sticks. Every stick of subject. So let's look at health. I can pick up my stick of health and I can look at the side that says, oh, like scoliosis, 2 hip replacements, um, uh, uh, blood clot history, almost died. Okay. Or I can look at the other side, which is I can swim, I can walk. I can, okay, yeah, I can't walk for a long time. I can't stand for a long time. No, but I can still walk. I can still stand. I can still get on stage and motivate people. I can still do shows. I can still, my body, I love my body. I can still teach Tai Chi on the beach. I love that I can move my body. I have limbs. I have, all of those things. In every stick, I can pick up the stick around the show, 600 consecutive weeks, technical difficulties this side. Do I want to look at that? No, this side. Great guests, great co-hosts. So in every topic, every stick you pick up, you have the choice to focus on this end, which is the negative end, or this end, or however, is the positive end. Which one do you want to choose? It's your choice. We have the most powerful tool we have in life is choice, the word. And yet we are such ding dongs sometimes doing this business, okay, all the time and looking at things that we don't want to see. And we get mad. And it's like, well, then don't look at it. Don't read it. Don't comment on it. Don't call somebody about it. Sorry, that was my soapbox.
No, I completely agree because we're like 6 sisters essentially because I've had my 6 surgeries over 2 years where I had my pericarditis, almost died because I had my respiratory code. And then I've had my, 2 breast surgeries, and I have my acrolentical maligna, I have my medical issues as well. So I can wake up every day and be like, okay, Lord, thank you for being here. I praise God for every day that I get to keep moving and I get to do what I can do to help people. And I can do my poetry and I can write my poetry. I can write plays. I can write songs, and I can get on the radio and I can touch lives in a different way. I may not be able to perform surgery. I may not be able to deliver babies. I may not be able to be a surgeon in the way that I used to be, but plot twist, I still get to impact lives in a whole new way. And so a lot of people just need to change their thinking and embrace the power of positivity and change our thoughts and say, okay, let me think differently. And as opposed to saying, I can't do this yet, or I have to do this a different way. Become a lifelong learner and never give up on yourself.
Yeah. A whole new world. When you were talking, that came to my mind. Actually, I got the lyrics wrong. I was like, is that a whole new way? Or
No, you're right. It's a whole new world. Yeah.
but yeah, perfect. Perfect. That's exactly why we do this show. This is exactly what we're talking about. This is exactly what we want you to drink this Kool-Aid. Because honest to goodness, life is way too short to be alive in negativity. And we are like salmon these days. We are swimming upstream because the majority of the things that come at you are negative. Our news media is notorious for the expression, if it bleeds, it leads. This chatter, did Matthew Perry really die of, and did he really drown, or did he relapse, or it's like, y'all, okay, is this making you feel good about life? He's at peace where he is now, and that's it. And a breath of peace and comfort goes to those who loved him and will be missing his physical presence on the planet.
Yeah. And I was a Friends fan, so may he rest in heavenly peace.
Yes, and he is. And he is. And so, but how much of the new how much time are you going to spend in your day now to debate what that's what I'm talking about. When you take that hour to focus on something that is not meaningful, you could take that hour to go for a walk and smile at somebody, or compliment somebody, or talk about something that is life affirming instead of life messing or negativity. One thing that I have begun to do that really helps me it's like a gratitude sandwich on steroids. It's thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God. I say thank you, God, like hundreds of times a day. And if you don't like the word God, because I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, I'm allergic to religion. Dr. Tiffanie is different, and that's what makes this show great. Is like we've got all the different kinds of approaches, but I do know that there's something outside of me. I call him my UPS man, my universal power source. So I'll say, thank you, UPS. Thank you, UPS. I really do need to get UPS as a sponsor here. And I'll say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll thank myself, and I'll be, good job, Mama. Good job, Mama. Good job, Mama. Those kinds of continuous mantras or affirmations. It's stuff that I'm not making it up. You can't look at yourself, and if you think you're fat or if you think you're stupid, look at yourself and go, you're so smart, you're so beautiful, you're so skinny. It's like, no, those don't work because you don't believe it. But things that you can believe it is, thank you for being alive. Thank you for the ability to see. Thank you for the ability to hear. Those things are true, and you can thank. And the more you thank, the more you're anchoring the positive thought, and more will come to you. You heard Corey Feldman say that. He said that on my show. He has found the solution. Instead of talking about his past, right? That was in the past. Boom. Emancipation from his parents. Boom. Slavery from his parents. Boom. That's in the past. Now he has a beautiful wife, Courtney. They do music. Last time they released an album, they asked to come on my show. Why? They didn't, because they know that I'm not going to try to make him look bad like some major news places did. and that's what I get to do. That's what you get to do. You chose VJ, Troy, Maria to tune in to this show about hope and happiness. That's your choice. And thank you for that. And you unless you're lying, every end of the show, you appreciate who I have, who we are, what this show is, and you feel good about where you spent your time. That's your choice.
And I believe that there are different things that you can do to help reset your mind and attitude, to elevate your brain, to help program it for this. And so, again, like Dr. Mercer said, you want to practice gratitude, recognizing the good in your life, and being grateful for yourself and for others on a daily basis. You want to cultivate a growth mindset and treat your mistakes as learning opportunities. Don't ever be down on yourself. You want to do this. Practice mindfulness on a daily basis. Meditate on a daily basis. Again, remember to surround yourself with positive people, foster positive relationship. Remember to engage in regular physical activity. Try to remember to eat a balanced, healthy diet. And remember to practice self-kindness, self-compassion, self-care. Make sure you get regular massages or just go and sit and read a book. Make sure you take some time for you. A lot of times we're so caught up in taking care of other people, we don't take care of ourselves. I don't know if you remember the journey to the center of you. And when we talked about that and we said, name the most important 3 people in your life. And a lot of people didn't even name themselves as the top 3 people. Remember that you are important. You are just as important as anybody else in your life. Don't forget about yourself. And so when you're thinking about the power of positivity, remember that you are just as important as anyone else in your life. Don't forget about you. You matter. And when you wake up in the morning, look at yourself and tell yourself that you love yourself. Reinforce the love that you have for yourself. Look in the mirror and say, hey, I love you. That's important. It's important to love on yourself, whether you love your eyes, your hair. A lot of times, tall people want to be short, short people want to be tall, curly people with curly hair want straight, people with straight hair want curly hair. It's okay, but find something about yourself that you love and appreciate it. It's important that when we do the gratitude and the breakfast sandwich in the morning, it's very important. Find something that you love about yourself because if you don't love yourself, it's hard for other people to love you. That self-confidence component is very important because what you exude about yourself, other people are attracted to and they can see it in you. Hold your head high. Be self-confident.
Here, here, here. You have that in a nutshell, folks. Very well said. And I did fall into that trap. She asked me 3 most important things that I think people in my life, and I believe I said my daughters and my bonus mom, dad, and she said, "What about you?" So I use this little formula, and I should have nope. I just should on myself. So that's the one thing. Today is the day that you stop criticizing yourself. Shooting on yourself is not healthy. Self-care begins with approving of yourself because, frankly, my dear, if you can't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect other people to approve of you? Which is why we do the breakfast sandwich in the bottom of the bun. So today, November 1st, can you raise your right hand for me, please? And repeat after me. I, balance centered, and then put your name in.
Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
Will not should on myself.
Will not should on myself.
Purposefully.
Purposefully.
If I accidentally should on myself.
If I accidentally should on myself.
I will wipe it away.
I will wipe it away.
With a smile.
With a smile.
And a laugh.
And a laugh.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right. November 1st, we just took the Happy 88, no shitting on yourself oath. And that tool will definitely help you with the power of positivity. So we have 4 minutes left. I want to show you something that we are going to invite you to. I have a huge block of tickets that have been given to me to see this guy, and apparently he's hugely funny as a show on True TV. This is Friday night. If you're anywhere near Beverly Hills, you got to come. Go to drmarissa.life and put in magic, and you will get to go with me. I'm trying to get Dr. Tiffanie to bring her friends as well to go and watch the show. It's going to be great. It's a free show at the Savant Theater. It is going to be at 6 p.m., an early show. So I would love for you to meet me there. All right. So that is this Friday, the November the, what is this Friday? November. Here we go. November the 3rd. Michael Carbonaro. He's got to be good because that's my favorite pasta. And that's your Asian Oprah giveaway. That is it. I think we're coming up to the end of the show. Final word, Dr. Tiffanie?
Be patient with yourself. Show compassion with yourself. Stay positive. Surround yourself with positive people. And remember to love on yourself and don't shit on yourself.
My final word is life is too short to think that it sucks. And then bringing it back to the holidays. You can choose to have a good holiday or not a good holiday. If you have weird people that you're going to see, play dysfunctional family bingo so you can make bets with your family on who or your friends and go out and have dinner. I have a friend that we do this and see who gets the most correct, like who's going to do what or who's going to do something silly. You can write a love letter instead of finding that perfect gift. I guarantee you, when my kids give me a letter of love on all the things that they appreciate about me, it's way better than the perfume or anything else that I could buy for myself. So there's your holiday gift idea. I promise the people that will love it, they'll love it. And Troy, we're halfway through the week, and thank you for another great show. Thank you, Troy Pacelli, for tuning in. I think we have maybe 1 minute left. We have 2 minutes left. Asian Oprah giveaway. Michael Carbonara at Beverly Hills Savant Theater, show sponsor. This week also, please go to Timeless Treasures Boutiques. My bonus mom, who's turning 94, has her crafts there, so you can come join us there in Huntington Beach. Just Google it. Dr. Tiffanie, are you ready? It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. World peace through, inner peace. Now go and have the best day ever. We'll see you tomorrow. Straight Talk with Dr. Marissa and